Hey everyone, it's Angela with Mystic Moon, bringing you guys the weekly soul connection reading. And so I know it's a day late again. This has been a theme for the last few weeks. Moving forward, I hope to correct that. But here is the reading nonetheless. So we are doing soul connections. It is going to probably be geared more towards people that are in separation. Doesn't have to be the case for everyone, but usually I'm channeling for people that are in some sort of separation or no contact. Doesn't have to be completely, but just something surrounding that. This can also be for any kind of a soul connection that you feel with another person, twin flame, soulmate. Maybe you're not even sure, and that's completely okay. We're going to be focusing on divine masculine and divine feminine energies. I'm just going to refer to the different energies as feminine and masculine. Masculines do not have to just be males, and the feminine does not have to just be females. So just interchange them how it resonates with your situation. But the way that I do channel is I will say he or she. It's just easier for me to channel that way, but adjust things as they apply to you. As usual, I'm going to list everything that I'm using in the description box below. As far as the cards, and if there are any of the decks that I've created, there is a link that you guys can go to in order to purchase them. If you're international, go ahead and email me and I will send you a special link. Also, I've been closed for taking personal readings for the last few weeks, and I am now reopened. So I just want to let you guys know that if you wanted to book a reading with me, it is now a 6-week wait rather than 8 weeks. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So let's just get into it. And obviously I have it listed. It is April 8th. It's the 9th today, but the energies that we're focused on are for April 8th, the week of April 8th, all the way until Sunday, April 14th. So anyways, let's get into it. What I wanted to do, though, in order to clear the energy, is I wanted to start off with this really amazing chakra spray here that was actually created by my friend, Heather Falona. She's medium on a mission, and she actually worked with myself and Melanie and Laura at the Permission to be Powerful event. And so she created these really cool sprays for the event. But there's just a lot of different ingredients in here that I really, really like, and it really helps to clear up the energy. So I will list her information in the description box below. Incredible medium. If you guys ever want to get in touch with loved ones or spirit guides from the other side. So let's go ahead and shake this up, and we're going to clear the space. Oh, it smells so good. And I'm also clearing my energy as well. Love it. Okay. And also, what I want to say while we're at it, today I'm going to be using Melanie from Hooligan 1111's brand new deck, the Permission to be Powerful deck. So it is now available in her Etsy shop. So I'll also list that in the description box below. The only difference between the deck that I have and the deck that you guys will be getting is that it says empowerment cards on the bottom. So anyways, let's get into it, you guys. I'm super excited for this reading. So the very first thing that we're going to do is we are going to focus on the masculine's energy. I always like to start there. So let's go ahead and take a look and see what is the masculine's overall energy coming into this week, okay? So some of these things may have already happened. Some of these things may be currently happening or will happen throughout the week. The energy I want to focus on here is using the Arcanum or Arcanum Tarot for the masculine. So let's go ahead and get into it. And then I also want to slide in one of these cards too to get an overall energy for the masculine this week. Clear and bless. Very interesting. So this is obviously about clearing some sort of energy, clearing things that no longer serve. So I'm going to put this to the side, and let's go ahead and get some messages here. Oh, wow. 4 of Pentacles. So this is an energy here of holding on very tightly to something. We don't want to let something go. We don't want to clear something. So this to me really works off this card. The masculine is working on something that he needs to clear. He needs to let something go, possibly let something go. Maybe he's fearful to let something go and really needs to bless it and let it go. Let it go and bless it. That's just what I keep getting here. What else? Wow. Moon's energy. So the moon's energy, I am going to bring forth astrological signs. This does not mean if you don't hear yours or your other person's astrological sign that it can't be you, but this is just significant for those of you that want to resonate with that. Moon card in tarot does represent the sign of Pisces, but the moon rules the sign of Cancer, so it's very interchangeable when it comes up in tarot. So definitely watery energy here, but the moon overall is about things that are not illuminated. It can sometimes be about darkness and shadows. It can be about deception or lies or just things that are hidden, but it's also about going within into our subconscious, really relying on our intuition in situations. We're not navigating with the sun's energy where things are illuminated and we can see. We're navigating through the moon's energy, so things are just slightly illuminated, not fully illuminated like with the sun. So it forces us to have to rely on our other senses, such as our intuition, in order for us to navigate. But what I'm really sensing for this combined energy, especially with that clear and blessed card, is that the masculine is really needing to clear out some sort of shadow or darkness or hiding from something. Or maybe he is afraid to embrace something because he's too busy holding on to something else out of security, out of need, out of dependency. Oh, shoot. My Instagram, my Instagram immediately after it was uploading my video, it went into another extended IGTV. Sorry, that was Nylea. Let me just go ahead and turn this off so I don't get interrupted again. Sorry about that, you guys. Okay. So let's just go ahead and pick another card just to kind of wrap this message up. Oh, interesting. I just want to tell you guys that the Hanged Man represents Neptune. So the energy of Neptune rules the sign of Pisces. So there's definitely an energy of Pisces here. So if that resonates for some of you out there, take that message as that it's significantly for you. But the energy of the Hanged Man is about being suspended in time. It's about being, sacrificing something, or something is on hold. Something is paused. We cannot move forward in a situation. More clarity needs to be we need to have more clarity. And I'm just seeing here that what's happening with the masculine this week is some major, major energy. Needing to really face something, really needing to let something go and clear something out once and for all. The Hanged Man is also an energy of being enlightened. It can sometimes indicate an awakening, because in traditional tarot, but for some reason not in this card, there's usually the crown chakra is illuminated with light. So even though we're not able to move forward with something, we're on hold, and it's causing us to be able to sit down and really think about our lives and really reflect. And that's when we get our aha moments, and that's when we start to really gain a lot of clarity, is through a period of darkness or through a period of things not moving forward or being stuck. So the masculine has been holding on very tightly to something. When I see this Four of Pentacles energy, what is the masculine holding on to? Material items. It doesn't necessarily have to be money. It can be possessions. It can be people. It could be wealth. It could be status. But what's happening here with the masculine is that this energy is starting to phase out, or he is being called to clear this energy and really live a more blessed life is what I'm seeing. I'm getting an energy from a masculine that is ascending, that is really awakening to the more spiritual side of life, really seeing things in a different state of mind, really detaching from the ego and seeing things from a whole new perspective. So I'm getting a masculine who's clearing the ego and really opening to his light is what I'm seeing here. But for some of you, if it's not spiritually based, it could be that they do need to let go of a particular way of being. They need to hold, or they need to let go of a particular way of living their life, as in it's all about success and money and wealth. It's all about holding on to a relationship or maybe even family or friends or certain belief systems that's no longer serving them. It's time to clear this energy and let it go. It's time to clear it once and for all and let it go. So that way he can move forward in a more blessed way. That's what I'm seeing for the masculine this week. So let's go ahead and get the shadow. So what is the shadow that the masculine is facing this week with this moon's energy? This is the Twin Flame Shadows cards that I created. It's the main shadow. Oh, power. You know, I was picking up on an energy. Not when I channel, I'm not just channeling for one specific masculine. So there could be a specific, you know, masculine that's a Pisces out there that some of these messages pertain to. But for others, there could just be other energies that are flying around here. But power. I really got this energy here for the Four of Pentacles that this masculine might be really, really empowering himself in the wrong way, empowering himself or finding satisfaction in all the wrong places, as in possessions in the material world, and really struggling. It's a power struggle of the ego right now. And that's something that needs to basically die out. He needs to clear this energy. He needs to bless this energy and move in another direction. Because, you know, our need for material power and possessions in this life, it does not bring lasting happiness. But sometimes people need to go through that and get to the other side before they can make that, you know, realization on their own. We can't make them see it, is what Spirit is saying. So if you're Divine Feminine watching this video and you know that this is the energy that your masculine is in, but yet you feel powerless to do anything about it, it's not to say that you are powerless. You can technically clear your own energy. You can technically send blessings to your masculine, but you can't make him see it, is what Spirit is saying. He's got to go through this ego death, and that's just what I'm getting. It's an ego death. So this right here is called the Silver Era Tarot. Let's go ahead and get an additional card with that shadow. Oh my God, look at that. Stuck. Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords is an energy, you guys, that has to do with our own self-imprisonment. Our own ways of being and thinking are actually causing us to stay stuck. So this energy of being suspended in time, this energy of being stuck, is all been created by the masculine. I know that some of you are in a situation where your masculine is with a karmic partner. And sometimes we can get to a point where we're blaming the karmic partner for our masculine to not be able to see the light or to come towards the connection. But what I'm getting here is that you have to realize that this is something that the masculine has to go through on his own. He has to clear this energy himself. You can't do the work for him, and it's not because of another person. Being involved with another person may not be helping the situation, but it's really your masculine's way of thinking and being that's causing him to be suspended in time and for things to be stuck at this point. So anyways, those are the messages for the masculine with the energy, the overall energy this week. Pretty heavy stuff, pretty heavy duty energy so far. So we're going to go ahead and tap into the Thelema Tarot for the feminine. So let's go ahead and shuffle these cards. And what I want to do actually is we're going to tap into these again, the Permission to Be Powerful deck, and we are going to get an overall energy. Signs and synchronicities. Beautiful. I mean, I hear this all the time, mostly from Divine Feminines out there that are seeing all kinds of signs and synchronicities, usually 11:11. So let's just see what we've got going on here for the week, the energy. We have the Knight of Swords. So the Knight of Swords is all about action. We have the Six of Cups, very interesting. And we have the Nine of Pentacles. I love this lineup. What this is telling me with the Six of Cups energy, the Six of Cups is an energy of the past. The Six of Cups is an energy also of reunion, people coming back from our past. So what I am getting for feminines out there watching this video is that you are receiving certain signs and synchronicities. It doesn't have to just be number 1111. It can be any kind of number combination. It could be a significant number to you and your masculine. This is basically an energy that is reminding you or telling you that things are coming into alignment for you to either speak to your masculine again, or you guys are somehow going to align again. Now, that doesn't mean it's going to be a successful union and that everybody is going to be hunky-dory and you're going to live happily ever after. But there is some sort of signs and synchronicities that are pointing to some sort of action that you're either going to be drawn to take, or an action being taken towards you of reuniting from, you know, someone from your past. The Nine of Pentacles is an energy here of self-sufficiency. working on yourself, feeling really confident, feeling really good in your own energy. So some of you feminines out there could have been in this very single energy, just working on yourself for quite some time. And so this energy, because you haven't been focusing on your masculine, it's almost like there's certain just energies that are now coming up and they're just coming into play now. When we let go, it's amazing how things just kind of magically happen. When we just are no longer focused anymore on another person, we're just doing us and living our lives. It's amazing how things just show back up. Seriously. And that's just what I'm picking up for the feminine this week, is that whatever signs and synchronicities you're getting when it comes to actions that either you need to take or actions of a person coming back into your life, you're in complete and total alignment with that. But it is reminding you, don't get caught up in that. Don't wait for it. Still do you is what I'm getting from Spirit. Still continue to do you. So let's go ahead and get a shadow or a challenge that the feminine may be facing this week. We have emptiness. So I immediately got feeling lonely. The Nine of Pentacles is an energy of I've been doing the work, I've been working on myself, yet I am still feeling that emptiness. I am still feeling that void of whether I have a partner or whether my masculine's in my life or not. So there's still this like impending emptiness that the feminine may feel, regardless of how well things are going, no matter how guided she feels in the universe or supported on this journey. So she still might be facing some sort of emptiness. So let's get a Silver Era Tarot card here. Yep, Queen of Swords, look at that. The Queen of Swords can sometimes feel lonely and isolated. Why? Because the Queen of Swords needs to switch over to her logical, practical mind space rather than being in her emotions and really feeling everything. Sometimes it requires us to get into the Queen of Swords mode in order to get shit done. Okay, but sometimes that can be a lonely road, being all business and no pleasure, working our asses off, but feeling like, okay, we have all of this material abundance and all these wonderful things, but yet I still feel this longing. I still feel this emptiness. There's something that's still missing. So what I'm getting, feminines out there, is that you're meant to face this darkness. You're meant to face the shadow. You're meant to feel this energy. You know, you're not meant to wallow in it, but when it comes up, honor it, because there is something for you to learn in that emptiness. There is something for you to face in that shadow. Okay. And it might be for some of you that it's time. It's time to open up your hearts. It's time to step out of that Queen of Swords energy. It's time to possibly open yourself up to love in whatever form that may be on your journey, whether it's with your masculine or not with your masculine. That's just a specific message for some of you out there watching this video. Doesn't have to apply to everyone, but this is the energy here for the week for the feminine. Loving it so far. Okay, you guys. So what we're going to take a look at now is we're going to take a look at the connective energy of this connection. So what we're going to focus on is the Twin Flame Journey Tarot, even though it doesn't have to be a twin flame connection. And then we're going to take a look at some lessons and some numbers for the week that are connecting you to whoever's watching the video. What is the energy of the connection? We have the Chariot. Love that energy. It says charging ahead. So whatever it is that the masculine is doing, whatever the feminine is doing, and even though we did see that the masculine is still somewhat stuck right now, but I really got this sense that the masculine is coming out of the stuck energy, or at least desires to. So where there's a will, there's a way kind of energy. The feminine, she is charging ahead. She's making certain decisions to work on herself and to basically, you know, just become stronger. So this is an energy of success. And that's really what the Chariot is. It's a card of triumph and charging ahead and moving forward, following our path, following our destiny, not being stuck. Yep, look at that. Wheel of Fortune, destined opportunities. So this two major arcana here. So this right here is very significant on the journey right now between the masculine and the feminine. whatever actions they're taking or not taking are affecting the connection down the line. Destined opportunities. So basically, destiny is about things that we create out of our own free will. There's certain things that show up on our path that are destined for us, but we do have the free will to decline it or to not go down that road. So there are other branches. There are other things going on this like journey. And I almost said twin flame journey because for some of you might really be resonating with this being a twin flame journey. But even if you're not, there are some sort of opportunities that are on this journey. It may not just be about your other person. And sometimes people do get stuck in that energy that I have to be with my person or else I can't do this or that, or when am I going to come into union with my person? And they kind of forget all about their own personal journey and their own personal growth and what they're supposed to be doing here on this planet, their own soul purpose, their own mission. So as long as we're charging ahead and we're not letting anything hold us back, these opportunities that are destined for us are going to show up on our path. So some of us might be, feeling sad and laying in bed all day and feeling depressed and crying over our other person and just feeling like our life cannot continue. And it's Spirit's way of letting us know that that energy is not serving your connection. You've got to pull yourself up. You've got to get yourself out there. You've got to start living again. Whatever is meant for you is going to show up on your path, but sitting inside and crying about it isn't going to help it show up. See, this is what I just said. Old wounds, Five of Cups. Five of Cups is not going to get us anywhere. Now, there's obviously some sort of pain in this connection between you and your person. There's an old wound here. There might be an old wound for them that's still causing them to feel like they can't move forward in this connection with you. They may need to clear that energy, but you have to allow them the space and time to clear that energy. Does that mean you wait for them to clear that energy and you put your life on hold? Hell no, it does not mean that. But it just means that there's certain wounds that need to be cleared out. We cannot keep focusing on the past and what was. We do have to look forward. We do have to look ahead. And that's why this card came out first, charging ahead. As long as we're charging ahead, the opportunities that are meant for us are going to show up on our paths. But if we are waiting and we're in that energy of old wounds, nothing is going to change. Nothing is going to happen. So the energy that connects the two of you, there is a wound. It does need to be cleared, but we can't wait around and wait for the other person to bring us closure. We've got to do the work ourselves, is what I'm getting from Spirit. So now what we're going to do, that we have the connective energy, is we're going to take a look at some lessons and we're going to take a look at a number. Okay, so how I want to do that is we're going to be using the Wisdom for Healing cards by Carolyn Miss and the Numerology cards. So let's go ahead and get a lesson for the week for the masculine. What is the energy of the lesson for the week for the masculine? The energy of the week for the masculine. Enhance your physical health. Okay, so this is interesting because for the masculine, there is a lot of focus in the material world, okay, with that Four of Pentacles energy. Feeling like that's where it's at, okay? Feeling like that's where power is. Power is in the physical body. Power is in the material assets and our success. And that's not to say that that doesn't matter, but that's not all that matters. So this energy here, the lesson, there is a lesson about the physical world is what I'm really getting from Spirit, okay? I don't always read these cards face value, but that is the intuitive message that I'm getting for the masculine this week. It's not all about the physical. Yes, we can enhance our physical health. We can become healthier. We can become more confident. We can enhance our, financial assets and our career and things like that. But the thing is, this is not going to bring lasting happiness. It will only last for so long. If we don't do the inner work, like we can see the masculine is needing to do, okay? This isn't where the happiness is at. But the thing is, that's an illusion that the masculine's going to have to break through on his own. That's something that he's going to have to clear and bless on his own. So the lesson for the week for the masculine, what I'm seeing here is that the more energy that he puts into the physical world, the more it is going to show up for him that is not where it's at. It's going to, he's going to be put into that state of really having to fight through that illusion. So I'm just seeing here that Spirit is pushing him to continue to go down that path just to find out that that's not really where it's at. That's not really where his inner peace and his happiness is at. So he's learning something about that this week is what I'm seeing here. Okay. It's a beautiful message. What about the feminine? Surrendering to the divine. Exactly. Whatever is meant for me will be. I let go. I let go. These old wounds, focusing on the past, focusing on what didn't happen or what once was, isn't going to help me move forward. So I'm going to surrender to the divine's plan for me. I'm going to charge ahead fearlessly, and I'm going to open myself up to things that are meant for me. So that is the lesson for the feminine this week. Beautiful messages. Let's go ahead and get a number for the connection for the week. This could be a number that you see. This could be a number that connects the two of you, or the message on the card will be significant. All of the above. What is the message today for the week? Change. 5. Fives mean change. 5 is my life path number. It is all about change. 5s can also be very struggling cards. I don't think it's an accident that we have the 5 of Cups that came through here. Look at that. Number 5. We got to change this. That's why it's coming through this way, you guys. We've got to change these old patterns. We've got to change the way that we're identifying with our wounds, the way that we might be rehashing pain over and over and over again. Sometimes pain is the only thing that feels real. But, we got to change that. We've got to break out of that paradigm. So the connection this week, something needs to change, not only for the masculine. We see that the masculine does need to change some sort of aspect, some sort of way of being or thinking for his own happiness. We also see that the feminine needs to change. She needs to bring forth this empty feeling and this, really face this emptiness and really face these old wounds and clear them. It doesn't mean clear them once and for all. Sometimes we're meant to, our biggest challenges are our biggest lessons. So it's not about you need to clear this energy forever once and for all or you can't move forward. It's not about being perfect, but it is about facing something. It is about clearing some sort of energy for yourself and to stop focusing on what isn't and what's not happening and really focus on what is possible. Okay, it's just about changing your mind this week, feminines. Surrendering to this divine plan. Surrendering that everything is in perfect alignment and in perfect order, even if it doesn't feel that way. The divine has a plan for you, feminines, and that's what you really need to change your state of mind this week when it comes to that. Beautiful energies. Beautiful, beautiful energies. So why don't we go ahead and take a look and get some energies for the masculine and where his heart, like his mental space, his heart space, just all of that. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the Twin Flame Oracle and we're going to use the Twin Flame Messages too to represent the masculine's energy and what's going on in his mental space and so forth. So you guys will see how I do this. This is going to be what's going on for the mental space for the masculine, what he's thinking or what he may want to say to the feminine. This is how the masculine is feeling in his heart space. This is what he is seeing in the physical world or what he wants in the physical world. And this is what's going on from a spiritual higher perspective, the soul level. Okay. I'm afraid to take that next step right now. So the masculine is really thinking about how he is afraid. And that does not surprise me when we already have this energy of the masculine still kind of being stuck, suspended in time, and really holding tightly to something that he doesn't want to let go of. Okay? The moon's energy is very much around the masculine because he's having a difficult time seeing clearly right now. So he's afraid to take that next step right now because he's still in darkness. He's still suspended by the ego. Oh yeah, look at that, inner child. Inner child is about wounds. Inner child is about the past. It's about the way that we were raised. It's about that child within feeling vulnerable, not feeling afraid, like we can't move forward. So there's definitely an issue that the masculine is having when it comes to moving forward on this connection or this journey with his feminine. Okay, he's afraid to take that next step right now. He still may need to heal old wounds, and that's why that old wounds may have come up for the connection. So there you go. Heart space. I'm trying to take responsibility for my actions right now. Please know this. So the masculine wants you to know in the heart space that at a heart level, he does know that his actions towards you or even towards his own life have been hurtful. Maybe not only to you, but to himself and other people. So he is trying to take responsibility right now. That is in his heart space. You may not see that, you may not feel that, you may not believe it, but that's what's going on a core level with your masculine. They are trying to take some sort of responsibility for their actions as to where they're at in their life and everything that has transpired since they've made certain decisions. They're trying to figure it out. So let's get a connective card here. Wow. I'm trying to take responsibility right now before I come back. Because this is the thing, feminines out there watching this video. What is the point of your masculine returning to your life if he's not ready? If he's just going to hurt you again, and if he hasn't cleared old wounds or inner child things, what is the point of him coming back? It doesn't mean he has to be perfect before he returns, but you guys are most likely going to go into the same kind of cycle. So your masculine knows deep in his heart space that it might not be the right time to return to your life or to reconnect with you at this time because he's not ready. That's what I'm seeing here. In the physical world, what he sees or what he may want, a lot of signs are pointing to you lately. So there is a lot of signs that your masculine is actually seeing in the physical world when it comes to you in this connection. That's what I'm seeing here. Oh, wow. Divine timing. So what I am getting here is that your masculine has not forgotten about you, feminine. It's only a matter of time. It's kind of like the energy that I'm picking up on is that he's never forgotten you, or he will never be able to forget you. Doesn't mean he can't move forward with his life, go into other connections and be happy. It doesn't mean that. But what it means is that there's a part of his soul that's still connected to you. And so he sees things that remind him of you constantly, whether it be hearing a song, seeing a person that looks like you, smelling a scent that reminds him of you. There's some kind of an energy that keeps popping up in his path that the divine won't let him forget as well, because there's an energy that in the right timing, in the right alignment, the right vibration, that you two will come together. And I'm seeing this in the 3D world. So your masculine is aware that right now the timing is not correct for the two of you to come together, just like it's here and just like it's here. But there's an energy that he keeps getting signs about returning to your life and about reaching out to you. It's happening, is what I'm seeing here. And soul, spiritual energy. I know I made a huge mistake. So this is the thing, you guys. This is from your masculine's higher self. And so what I'm getting is that whatever has happened between the two of you, whatever this wound is or was, whatever wound the masculine may have caused with his feminine, or vice versa, your masculine knows that he made a huge mistake, because there's no one like you, feminine. There's no one like you to the masculine. You're special. You're unique. There's something about you that resonates with his soul that he cannot get from another person. This doesn't mean he can't move on, and it doesn't mean he can't be happy without you, just like that means the same thing for you. But there is a connection that he feels with you that he's never felt with another person. So he knows that he made a huge mistake. He blew it, possibly. So his higher self knows this. His higher self is helping him to also see the error of his ways. So even if he is not fully awakened right now in 3D life, even if he is not fully aware that he made the biggest mistake, his higher self, that connection between his lower and higher self, is trying to bridge that gap, to get him to see that, to get him to understand through solitude, through being alone. It's almost like his higher self knows he needs to be alone. So some of them may not be alone, but some of them may be trying right now to break away from a cycle, to clear and pull away from maybe a karmic partner perhaps. But this Hanged Man is about meditation. It's about being alone. It's about the answers being revealed from within. So you might be dealing with the masculine right now who's utterly alone, who is on just a spiritual journey, trying to find himself alone right now, wants nothing to do with partnerships, wants nothing to do with dating or being with anyone, or having like a commitment or a serious commitment. They may be sharing their energy with other people in other ways, but it might not be on a deep level. They're not looking to deeply connect with another person right now. They really need time for themselves. But it's through this time alone that they're starting to connect with their higher self, to realize that they made a huge mistake, to realize the error of their ways, to possibly return, to take responsibility for their past actions. So please know this, feminine, that your masculine's higher self is telling you, please know that right now, this separation and everything that's going on, I'm trying to get in connection to take responsibility for my past actions. That is amazing the way that came through. So let's go ahead now and go into the feminine. How is the feminine feeling towards her masculine? This is the Twin Flame Messages original. Mentally, heart space, physical world, spiritual. Let's see what we got. I am finally feeling the consequences of my actions. And conclusion. So it's interesting to me that I'm coming to a conclusion. I'm finally feeling a consequence of my action. I'm getting a couple of different messages from this. It may or may not resonate with everybody out there. But the very first thing that I got is that the feminine is picking up on the masculine's energy, that he is coming to a conclusion, that he is finally feeling the consequences of his actions. Because the feminine is so connected to her masculine, because she is so awakened, she is able to tap in telepathically. It's not invasion, it's just you guys are connected. So you're able to telepathically connect with your masculine's energy and what he's thinking. I'm not saying like mind reading, but you just know. So you realize that this is happening right now with your masculine. That is what I'm getting, Divine Feminines. But for some of you, you may have taken some sort of an action and you feel very regretful for it now. You feel like, oh, I wish I wouldn't have done this, or I wish I wouldn't have done that. But you're realizing that it actually played a key role in the progression of the connection. It had to happen that way. So rather than beating yourself up, it's Spirit's way of saying, come to the conclusion that everything happens for a reason. So try not to beat yourself up. Realize that there are consequences for actions, but no action is actually wrong. And that's what Spirit's saying here. Heart space. I'm not the same person that you remember. So in your heart space, feminine, you want your masculine to know that you're not who he remembers. You're not the same person that you once were with him. You've changed. You're different. The answer is yes, exactly. This is an energy here of positivity. The answer is yes. I say yes to myself. I am empowered. I say yes to healing. I say yes to my own needs first. I'm putting myself first, not in a selfish way, but my own needs are important too. So that's the energy that I'm getting. I'm not the same person that you remember. You might be more confident. You might be more passionate. You might be more sure of yourself. You might be more in alignment with who you truly are. So this might be something that you want to share with your masculine, but if you're in separation, your masculine may not be aware of this or may not know this about you. But it's almost like you have some sort of amazing positive energy that you just want to shout from the rooftops, that you are a changed person, and you just wish that your masculine could experience that with you now. That's what I'm picking up for feminines out there. Physical world. You've been in my dreams. Even though we are not physically together, you have been in my dreams. We're still connected. I'm still connected to you, Divine Masculine. I'm connected in your energy. You are the person of my dreams. And when I say this, you guys, this is not to keep you stuck, but this is the energy that I get from feminines. You are the only person. You are that person. You are the only person of my dreams. You are that ultimate being in my life. It doesn't mean that the feminine is a obsessed. It doesn't mean that the feminine is only focused on her masculine, that she can never be happy in any other situation. What it means is that her masculine is her ultimate divine counterpart. And that is that's what keeps her motivated. That's what keeps her going. This is the ultimate for her. And she sees him in the physical world, and that he is her everything, is what I am getting here. And I don't mean that in a codependent way, but he is the person of her dreams. And so until they can be together in the 3D world, if that's where it needs to be, or if that's where it just is, then that's she's accepting that, is what I'm seeing here. She's accepting that it may just be in the higher realms for now, and just not in the 3D. Spiritual. It's just easier to stay away right now. What I'm picking up on immediately when I pick up on that card is that she knows on a spiritual level that her masculine is not ready. She knows. Yep, summer. But the thing is, there is growth. Summertime, illumination. There could be that you know something, for feminines out there, you know something's going to switch and change in the summer. There's something significant about the summer months, but I really get the sun. I really get the warmth. I really get that energy of illumination. So you know that right now your masculine has to go through certain darknesses. He has to go through his certain moon phase in order to come out into the light, and he's got to do that himself. And yes, you can send him love and light and wish for the best, but you know you can't illuminate the path for him 100%. You can be a few steps ahead and inspire him. You can do that, most definitely. But at the end of the day, he's got to choose it himself. So you know right now that it's just easier for him to stay away from you because he's not 100% willing to step into the light right now because he is still afraid. And we just saw with all the energies that came up that that's very much the case. Amazing how all of the cards tie into each other. It's not an accident. Love it. All right, so the next portion of this reading, we are going to take a look and see what is the energy moving forward, okay? What is the energy moving forward with this connection? Let's go ahead and take a look. What is the energy moving forward with this connection? Let's go ahead and take. I keep saying let's take a look. We're going to take a look. So we're going to use the Chiro Marchetti deck here, which is called the Tarot of Dreams and the Oracle of Visions, both by Chiro Marchetti. Chiro, like a Cheerio. What is the possible energy moving forward with the connection? We have the Seven of Wands, we have the Nine of Swords, and we have the Three of Wands. So to me, this is definitely an energy that's more challenging, okay? Seven of Wands means I'm still fighting against something. I'm still fighting a war. I'm still fighting that battle within myself, or I'm fighting off this connection. Nine of Swords is this energy of being in our own heads about something. So this darkness here, it's an energy that's still needing to be cleared with that Three of Wands. So Three of Wands, we can see the potential. We see that something is on the horizon, but it is on the horizon. It is not in our lives right now. We're not able to bask in the glory of the Four of Wands energy. We're still in the Three of Wands energy. So what Spirit is saying, even moving forward, there's still going to be some sort of either separation or working through these energies, okay? It's a continuance, yeah, because people have to find themselves. They have to basically see themselves for who they truly are. They have to face something. They have to face their darkness. They have to, this right here, it's like this is many faces. What face am I going to put on today? Am I going to be authentic, or am I going to be the person that everybody else needs me to be? There's some kind of an energy that needs to be worked through. It could be the masculine or the feminine or both, but somebody has to face themselves. And it just has not been done just yet. It's still a work in progress is what I'm getting from Spirit. So even moving forward, there's still work that's being done. For some of you, that may not be the case. Some of you may have successful unions. Some of you may come together and have, zero issues. This isn't for everybody. But for the majority of the people I'm tapping into, there's still some darkness that needs to be gone through. There's still some knowing ourselves, learning to face ourselves, learning to love ourselves that's still in the works. So it's affecting the union. Let's go ahead and get some energies of spiritual lessons, okay? Let's go ahead and get some spiritual messages here. This particular deck is a brand new deck. It is called the Sacred Spirit Reading Cards. And I want to combine it with the influence of the angels. spiritual. See, there's that Four of Wands. I just talked about it and it's popping up. We have the Queen of Wands and we have the Eight of Swords. I just realized that I did mention a few astrological signs and I may not have mentioned others. So let me just go ahead and go through. I don't remember any major cards because I really only mention it when it comes to court cards or major arcana. But let me just double check, you guys, that I didn't miss anything. I mean, yes, the Wheel of Fortune can represent the sign of Sagittarius because it is ruled by Jupiter, and the Chariot does represent Cancer. And Cancer did come through early on in this reading. So I've got Sagittarius, I have Cancer and Pisces, very heavy in this reading today. But again, it does not mean that if those signs don't resonate with you personally, that this can't be a message for you. The Knight of Swords can also be an air sign, which is going to be a Libra, Gemini, or a Aquarius, if I can even talk. So I'm sorry, guys, I didn't mean to skip out on some of those messages earlier. Four of Wands, though. Four of Wands is that reminder. This right here is a beautiful 1111. So a lot of people will see this card as a very spiritual, divine connection, twin flame connection, perhaps. So to me, the spiritual energy here, or the spiritual wisdom, we also have another repeat card, Eight of Swords. I feel like the feminine in this particular case, Queen of Wands, can be a fire sign, Sagittarius again, Aries or Leo. But this is an energy of a queen sitting in her throne, being very self-assured, feeling really confident, living her purpose, just in her mission, being just feeling really, really confident and moving forward with her life. And why is this? Because she feels this foundation. This is an energy that's maybe always with her. So the Eight of Swords, even though things are not moving forward with this connection, even though somebody may be stuck, it could be her in her own mind at some point, or it could be that the masculine is in this energy of the Eight of Swords. But she knows that she can't stay stuck. She knows that she can't put her life on hold and wait for this connection. So the spiritual advice, what I'm getting for this particular reading to phase it out, is that yes, there is this connection. There is this existing foundation that you feel with your counterpart. But the show must go on, is what I'm seeing here. The show must go on. We cannot stay in that Eight of Swords energy. We are the only things that are going to hold ourselves back. It's not the masculine. It's not the feminine. It's not the karmic partners. It's not the behavior. It's ourselves. It's how we are dealing with the challenge that is going to hold us back. So that's what I feel like the wisdom is for the spiritual lesson here. Oh my God. Illuminate the shadow. Focus on a solution. Do not focus on the dark. I am telling you here, Spirit is really showing up very nicely in this reading today because it's just really flowing. Eight of Swords, again, we can stay in the shadows or we can focus on a solution. We can focus on the old wounds and the sadness and everything that isn't happening, or we can focus on the light. We can focus on moving forward. We can focus on feeling good, or we can focus on the shadow. It's our choice. So that's the spiritual advice for this reading today. So now let's go ahead and go into some angel messages. Okay, let's go into some angel messages. Just grab them really quick. And of course, you guys know I love to do this. These are a huge chunk of my Doreen Virtue decks. So we're going to go ahead and grab 5 cards and some additional messages. And these are some new decks that I'm using here today. One is called the Divine Doors, which is this really cool deck that has a bunch of different doors. And also this deck here, which is called, I don't know why I don't know where I put the box on this one. It is called Making Magic. That's it, Making Magic deck. All right, so let's get into it. So I'm gonna go ahead and close my eyes so I don't know what colors I'm picking, because I know these decks. I send you loving signs through nature. So there was something about signs, okay? There was something about signs when it came to the masculine. The masculine is receiving some sort of signs. So it could be that there's signs through nature, specifically, that the masculine is seeing here. Worth waiting for. Beautiful. So again, we're not putting our lives on hold. This one wanted to pop up too. We're not putting our lives on hold. We are still taking the stairs, which is why I feel like that just came through. We are being guided to take a new direction. We are being guided to move forward and charge ahead and still seek out our destiny. But there is some sort of an energy of an existing union here, of an existing foundation, that when it's meant to be and when it's right, it will come about. So it is worth waiting for in a sense, but it's not worth putting our lives on hold. We still need to move forward. We still need to take the stairs. We still need to elevate. We still need to ascend. And waiting and waiting in vain and feeling sad and depressed and putting your life on hold and just being in darkness is not going to help you elevate yourself or this connection. Blessing in disguise. Exactly. There's something that is happening that is a blessing in disguise. Maybe sometimes, we look at things as, you know what, this happened. It's so terrible. I can't believe this. This actually did just come up for the feminine. So I'm going to pull it up again because I feel like it might be connected. But the energy here was this. I'm finally feeling the consequences of some sort of action, but realize it's key. It had to happen. There's a blessing in disguise. So some of you may be going through something very sad, or you might be going through something where it's just like, I can't believe this happened, but it did happen for a reason. You've got to really try to find the blessing in the whole situation. It's really going to help to elevate you when you do this. Why? Because it's just not the right time. That's why. It comes down to timing. And right now in this reading, what has come through over and over again, especially for the masculine, is that the divine timing it's off. It's not the right time. So we've got to get into that. We have to accept that. We have to accept that right now is just not the right time. And that's okay. That is okay. So let's get some additional messages here. This beautiful door. That might even look like a door that you guys see. That might be your own door, might remind you of some place. There could be a connection to this door or some door that looks like this. So I'm going to read the message. The Sacred Lotus. It says, compassion in action, the chosen tool. I see now the lotus in your spirit's jewel. This is beautiful, you guys. So this right here is talking about having compassion. Having compassion for people's actions or inactions. Seeing the blessing in everything. That's what Spirit is saying here today. Happy love. A joyful, stable partnership and good friends. So there's an energy here of just being happy with the love that you have. I always say this. I always refer back to the song. If you can't be with the one that you love, honey, love the one you're with. And that's not about using people in the meantime, but it's about being in the vibration of love no matter what. It's about not having a certain attachment as to what love looks like. It's about being in the vibration of love in all different levels and areas of your life. If you can't have that love that you're really desiring, it's about loving the people that you're with and being in that energy and that vibration of love. What brings love into our lives, or I should say more love into our lives, is when we are in the energy of love. If we're not in the energy of love, the frequency is off. How can we attract love if we're not vibrating or radiating the energy of love? So get into the energy of love is what I'm getting with that message. Beautiful messages from Spirit, you guys. So let's go ahead and close up this reading with some signs. Signs from Spirit and the Permission to Be Powerful deck again. We're going to close up this reading here with these messages. Sorry, my chair's creaky every time I sit on it. We have the hourglass. Time is slipping. Oh. So, time is slipping. Let me go ahead and close this door because somebody just turned on their lawnmower. Okay. Time is slipping, right? Time is just an illusion, of course. But instead of just letting more time slip by, instead of waiting on something, get your body moving. Sacred dance and movement. This is about enjoying yourself. This is about feeling good in your body, feeling good in your energy, connecting with your body, connecting with your spirit through dance, through movement. This could even be exercise for some of you. This is an energy and a message of getting yourself out there again and start living and start feeling good again. Instead of sitting around like this person on top of that hourglass, just letting more time slip by. Don't do that to yourself. Get moving. Get your body moving. Have some fun. That is what Spirit is telling you here, for sure. We have Spider, which is about weaving. This is about a web. This is about what we create. The web that we are creating. The life that we are weaving. Weave it with confidence and self-esteem. Why not? This Wonder Woman power, okay? This is an energy here of weaving things, creating things in the energy of confidence, being in the energy of feeling empowered and feeling really good. That's the kinds of experiences that you want to create and weave for yourself. You don't want to continue to recreate old patterns that are connected to old wounds and pain and darkness. We want to be in a very empowered energy moving forward and start to weave a new reality. That's what it is. Weaving a new reality. And oh my gosh, I love this. 111. You are a magical creator. Your thoughts are beginning to manifest. Exactly. Our intentions, our thoughts, our energy are going to create a brand new future. Okay? But again, the choice is ours. We can continue to sit around and wait for things to change, or we can get out in the world and start moving and start co-creating with Spirit. A lot of people feel, especially like when it comes to the law of attraction, that we basically just think about something and then it comes to us because that's just the way law of attraction works. I'm not saying miracles can occur in some cases, but we got to get off our ass and co-create with Spirit, or nothing's going to freaking change. Nothing is going to happen. So you are a magical creator. The power lies within you, and you are co-creating with Spirit in order to make things happen. Last message. I love it. You're creating, your thoughts are helping you to ascend. You're awakening, you're awakened to this concept. You're coming into this awakening process, or your level, like your mind is ascending to a whole new level where you're realizing that you're actually more powerful than you freaking realize. You are more powerful. So this is beautiful. Give yourself permission to be powerful, because the thing is, when you do that, you realize that all of this energy exists within you and that you can manifest the life that you desire. Once you raise that level within your own mind, elevate your mind, like that 80s song, or it's 90s, I think. Elevate your mind. When you elevate your mind, you can create anything. This is like you stepping into your power and really awakening and understanding things from a whole new level. This hot air balloon, you're seeing things from a higher perspective, okay? This is such a beautiful energy. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed this reading. Thank you so much for watching. I know it's a day late, but I hope that the beautiful messages made up for it. See you guys next time. Bye-bye.